What's going on, everybody? This is Hunter. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today, we are going to be taking a tour of something you haven't seen on my channel here in quite some time. It's been a couple years since I've recorded an Arpod, but this is the 2026 Arpod 207. This is going to be their non-slide unit, but I'll tell you what, as far as no-slide units are concerned, I do not recall one that feels this spacious. This is a very well done unit. I'm really curious to see what you guys think. So, maybe drop a comment or some feedback there to see if I'm crazy or not. But as far as the specs are concerned, this thing has a dry weight of 4,547 pounds. It can weigh up to just over 6,200 pounds. So what is that? It's holding about 1,700 pounds, 1,600 pounds worth of stuff. So that kind of goes into the fact that something this size can hold quite a bit of weight, because it does have the dual axles. You see a little battery disconnect and a tire pressure monitoring system here up front. But we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. It'll probably be a pretty short tour because it's not a super large unit, but I'll tell you, over the years, they have gotten better and better looking. I remember they were blue at one point when I was first selling them, and green, or it was green, then blue. Then they had like this white with like this gold hexagonal, and now you kind of have this look right here. It has always been sharp all the way through. So let me know if you guys want me to record more Arpods. I've been talking with the rep a little bit. I might go shoot a whole bunch of those and Ibexes and a couple of other things. But I'll tell you what, this is actually pretty cool. The towing guide. So floor plans between 3,500 and 2,000 pounds. That's what you can pull. This one is going to be what you can use. So as you can see, Jeep Grand Cherokee, Canyon, Ranger, Durango, Ford Explorer, so SUVs and trucks will be no problem. They also use Goodyear tires, which I think is a plus. Oh, geez, Pete, sorry. I accidentally clicked that over. Almost fell on my face. They're also using Asdale. They also got 6-sided aluminum frame construction as well. But this is what I'm talking about when you walk in. No slides. But I'll tell you, this thing feels like it's got more room than some units with slides. There's no like extra junk, there's no dinette kind of cramping up the space. You also have like an inside-outside window, like a little pie window or bar window, whatever you want to call it, to toss some drinks in and out with your dinette-style booth seating, or your dinette-style seating right there as well, with a TV over top. It's also going to be a 32-inch TV. It's a smart TV, kind of do what you want. 15K AC up on the roof. And as far as head height is concerned, you're looking at about, I would say about 6'4", which is nice. So obviously kitchen and bathroom right there. Theater seating over here with 4 different cup holders and the TV dinner trays. Those also lay back nice and flat so you can sit down and take a snoozer. But for no slides and the north to south bed, I think they did a good job. One, you can walk in front of, around, and get in. So as far as getting dressed or something like that, you can functionally get up and get moving. You also have a little bit of storage here up underneath. That window opens much like the other window that you just saw. It opens, all the way up, so you can catch a really good breeze, do a little stargazing with honey buns, have a good time. I also like the fact that there's a speaker system in here, so you can lay down, pop some Queen on or something, wake up right, you know what I mean? Emergency exit, pull, push, and plop. You got your basic window over here for non-emergencies, pure Febreze. And then, Febreze, maybe they can sponsor it. Outlets, USB, Universal C, and then right into here, you got a little hanging storage, baby. And that'll be the same over on this side as well. But let's go ahead. Dracula shade up there too, by the way. I can't see because the sun. Yeah, it looks like there is an outlet back there. So your CPAP machines and all of that will be well taken care of. And then you have kind of the, the doors that kind of come in from either side. But I'll tell you, it's just a good looking unit. You also get some overhead storage. So, I mean, if you're someone like my wife, we got a pack rat just about every book under the sun. A little bit of a bookworm. There'd probably be like a plant or two. I'd imagine she'd probably bust out, one of the glass panels and have a plant like hanging down or something if we're somewhere for a little while. Lady's got plants everywhere. I like how they got the USBs up here too. So you can also take this into snuggle mode. So if you want to sit down and snuggle up, kick back a seat and watch that TV, you're good to go. But what do you guys think about the seats being here instead of a traditional dinette? Talk about a good work desk. You also have the appropriate, plug-ins and, all that. Bada bing, bada boom. Copper tab. Steel-plated, copper steel-plated tab. And then pretty good amount of storage. I mean, heck, you take the old arms, goes from about tips to pit, and you're ready to go. And I got, average arms for a 6-foot bowling-loving man. Little vacuum on there. I mean, who doesn't like the vacuum? I just be kicking stuff all over the place. You also got the auto detect too, so that'll glow up nice and red for you if something is not working. 12-volt refrigerator, so it'll run off the solar up top, or you know, if you want to link up a couple different batteries or something, get a little extra life there when you are traveling. You are ready to go. The hard wrap plastic countertops, babe, if you're watching, I love you. And then you got one of the crazier little doodads right here, known to man, with the rounded bowl. Big fan of the rounded bowl. Rounded bowl guy for sure. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Hitting those dishes from all angles and beyond, because it's one of those fancy ones. You got a jet coming out the side. You got stuff over here as well. So you got two different modes. You got like rain mode and then like spray me off mode, you know. There's going to be a cutting board for this right here as well. You also get the 2-top burner to whip up all the fixings with the glass countertop, and a convection air fryer microwave too, which is pretty cool. You know, whip you up some green beans or something. A little bit of olive oil, a little bit of green beans, a little bit of seasoning. We air fried some carrots the other day. Woo-wee! I cut them in like those little like pickle chips, you know, those like little round ones where they're kind of crinkly with that crinkle machine. Stuff was good. Now I'm not going to stand in here today because they do have the box. I don't want to be crushing that. So I'm going to guess, you know, you had about 5 inches or so. You're probably about 6'7" right there. I'd say you're about 6'2", 6'3" for head height. You also got the Steamer Stink Sucker 4000. That is a huge gosh almighty. That's when the outside or the inside voice comes in. Bowling gun, baby. And then you also have a place for, you know, your soaps, of course your water, and then, you know, room for all your stuff down there with your foot flush throne as well. But Steamer Stink Sucker 4000. Perfect for all the steamer stink. Right there's a good place for a towel. And man, I'll tell you, short tour, like I said. Now I'm going to head around the outside, probably finish this thing up in about 2 minutes. But in case you miss it the first time around, all the specs will be down in the description. Like right there's your solar charge controller, so you can see what it's drawing. Zone A and B, so that's going to be inside and outside, so you can rock on both sides for the music. Awning extension, porch light, LED lights, the works there. Coming on the outside, all aluminum frame, like I mentioned before. You also got your 2 marine grade exterior speakers. And since you don't have a slide out over here, that awning coverage is going to provide you some really good kind of campground exposure. And I'll tell you, I'm looking at this. That might be a removable hitch. No, there's no way. I'll have to check on that. All right, so you got the Norcold frame. You got yourself a little power tongue jack situation, 20-pound propane bottles. You got your rock guard and your TPMS over there, along with your battery disconnect. I like that FR. It's looking cool up in the front. Slam latch doors, the plastic slam latch. And then as you can see, you know, you're past their storage. You are ready to rock. You also have the aluminum frame construction. You also got an outlet, USB and universal C right over here. Let's see what that turned on. I think that turned on the FR right there, so that's pretty cool. It glows up nice and red for you. You got the wine guard there up top too, the 360, so that way you can, you know, start pumping out maybe some internet or something like that. Get yourself some cable going. Those Goodyear tires, baby. I like the fact it's got the dual axle in the size. Outlets right behind that door. Outdoor kitchen right here. I would like to see the Suburban be one of the ones that's got a bigger panel. It's a little bit easier for you know, maintenance purposes or whatnot. But then you're also going to see you got a place where you can put in an outdoor kitchen rack, which I think is nice. And then the tankless on-demand hot water heater located right there with your black tank flush. And then of course your 4 stabilizing jacks as well. On the back, you actually have a bumper with a spare tire and a 2-inch receiver, along with the Lippert on-the-go ladder system to get on top of your fully walkable roof. You know, check your seals, check everything that you need to do there. Maintenance-wise, you're good to go. And of course, a backup camera prepped. A lot of people are getting those. A lot of people are getting the Furrion S Vision because it's got a little one-way mic on there. So you might want to consider checking that out. Sewer outlet connection as well. And then they are using the BAL for the for that system, which I haven't driven one of these before, so be curious to see how it pulls. It looks kind of like your basic system. 30 amp connection along with your cable and satellite. Flip it around on the back side. You got your freshwater connection, city water connection, and then bada bing, bada boom. But all right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the tour, even though it was a little bit of a quickie. My name is Hunter, and this is the 2026 Arpod 207. Have a great day. See ya. Rumpa-dum, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumpelstiltskin, Rumple-dumple-dump, Rumpum-pum-pum, ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-ba-da-bum.